God did. Yeah. God did. God did. Y'all not gonna hit a done it all instrumental like we normally do. It's a little different, guys. I wanted to play this instrumental for DJ Khaled. It's a fire album, but it's so important to know the story and the history behind the album and the lyrics. A lot of things that the artist saying. God did. Yeah. I just let it just flow. Let it flow, y'all. Let the instrumental flow. God did. God did. God did. God did. Man, I worked so hard just trying to get this instrumental just to go. You know, sometimes the devil can kind of step in the way. I tried to get something like this to play last week, but I doubted it was going to go through. Had a little bit more faith this morning. I said, I'm going to go ahead and try it this way. I'm going to log in my Apple account, see if I can get this God did to play, man, and hopefully God be on my side. And it played. The instrumental still playing, man. It just means so much. I don't know how long this show gonna last today. Maybe a long one, maybe a short one. But I'm going out the cuff. Talking about God did. Man, a lot of things, man. A lot of things God did. You know, you got to believe in yourself. Join that winning team and know that your team is the winning team. Don't worry about the naysayers and people saying what you can't do. God's going to give you the power to make sure that you can do it. You got to put your mind to it, though. Don't let people sit here and distract you. Get you off your path. Worry about them, man. Stay the course. Stay the course and keep pushing. Sometimes it may be confusing. Sometimes you may think your future may be bleak. But your story has already been written. That the destiny has already been fulfilled. Your passport has been stamped. You may proceed. God did. Just rock with him. Learn to rock with him. Learn to trust in him. Things become confusing. Friends turn to enemies. Enemies become friends. It's amazing how that story happens. I think if you knew the ending in the conclusion of your own story, it would confuse you. You know how sometimes you're like, man, what? That happened like that? God did. You don't even understand why he does what he does and how he manifests certain things so you can go ahead and do what you need to do. Sometimes we get in our own way. We don't trust him. We think that we can do it ourselves. We trust us. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. I say that to anybody that's listening. Man, keep pushing. God, this world so hard. Birmingham had 7 homicides or more, eight homicides since Friday. And we don't wonder what the world even coming to. Every time we hear something, bad news. But we still got to keep our head up and keep pushing. No matter what, we have to keep pushing. Have to. If you don't push, you won't receive. You're not going to get anything. A lot of these times when I do this show, it's like I'm talking to myself, I'm preaching to myself. Because I had to keep pushing, keep persevering. The schedule becomes grueling. The demands become ever more increasing. But I know God is not going to put any more on me that I can bear. He knows what I was built for. He knows what I actually can withstand. So I'm not going to doubt the abilities and the things that he's given me. People ask me, how do you do what you do? Hell, I don't know. God did. I don't know how I'm able to proceed the way I do. God did. God do. He know. So it's going to prepare the way for you. Got to believe, man. You got to trust in him. If your relationships are going bad and you're wondering, like, is God gonna give you somebody that loves you just as much as you love them? Is God gonna change your negative ways and make you a better person? Is God gonna take that sin that you just seem to can't get rid of, that bad error in your ways, to make you a better person? Is God gonna make a way for you to get these bills paid, even in this crazy economy? Is he going to ensure that you get the job that you're working for? Is he going to save your child from the streets? If he's going to save your friend from that dope? God has already manifested the plan, guys. You just got to trust it. It gets confusing at times because we're not at the wheel. We're not in control. It's just as confusing as you sitting in the back of a airplane and a pilot is controlling certain things and certain beeps and warning signs go out. They know what they're doing. That's what they do. And we got to learn to just let people, more specifically, let God do his job. We're trying to worry about what he's doing and why he made this turn, why he went up, why he went down, why he lit, why he went right. He knows what's coming. And we may think that turn that he made was not in our best interest. But the turn that he did make allowed us to grow, allowed us to learn. Just think about it. If everything was just given to you without you having to earn it, you would never, ever appreciate it. If you did not have the rainy days, you would never begin to appreciate the sun. If it wasn't for you falling and getting scarred and getting marred up, you wouldn't appreciate the path that you traveled. You just wouldn't, because everything will be given to you. You'll never appreciate it. Because you never know what work really was, or never know what work really is, because you never had to do it. You could never encourage somebody because you've never been through pain. Kind of confusing on how you can coach somebody through pain that you have not ever endured. But a lot of the pains that we endure are synonymous. There's different similarities in our pain, whether it's financial pain, emotional pain, all of that. There are a lot of similarities. You start doubting yourself. You start doubting God. Start doubting, is he really doing the things that you want? Is he really setting you up for success? Then you start thinking, this guy really setting me up for failure. And then you say, is God giving me what I actually deserve? Which are the troubling times. Am I getting karma back through my children, through my significant other? You've mistreated so many different people. You've caused hell and turmoil in so many different people's lives, and then you're confused once it comes back on you. Let that beat flow for a little bit. Think about it. If you knew the ending of your story, of your life, would you try to change it? If you knew that you were going to go through certain things, would you change it? Pain is a motherfucker. I said it. Pain is a motherfucker. Pain is a motherfucker that'll make you cry. Pain is a motherfucker that make you kill. Pain is a motherfucker that'll make you turn on the people that love you the most. Pain is a motherfucker. But that same pain builds character. Gets you ready to endure the remainder of the race. The remainder of the hurdles. The remainder of the obstacles. Because those same trials and tribulations that you go through, you're going to have to come back and encourage somebody, because you're going to recognize those same signals and those same warnings being evident within somebody else. And you're going to see them, because who knows them best than a person that went through similar pain and similar obstacles. I appreciate the tough times. Tough time build warriors. Soft time build pussies. I appreciate the tough times. I appreciate the struggles. I know I got more coming. Throw them at me. Throw them at me. So one thing about me, I'm a fighter. I won't back down. I won't give up. None stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. I got people that depend on me. I got people that love me. I got people in my corner. I may not have the whole room filled of people that are in my corner that I know of. It's a difference. Sometimes our room will filled with people, more people than we are aware of. It's a lot more people cheering for us than that we are actually aware of. They just chose not to be in the room. They don't have to be in the room. We keep wanting people to cheer us along, and we want to see them cheer for us. But if you only knew how many people actually cheer for you in the background, probably because they can't cheer for you in public. They don't want to cause any extra turmoil for themselves or for you. But they're cheering for you. They rooting for you. And if you live your life right, I guarantee you, you actually have more allies than you have enemies. It's just how it goes. Treat people right. Do right by people. And everything will be everything. And it'll work itself out. Treat people right, though. Sometimes you just gotta take a step back and be patient. Be patient with the process. The process is not a quick process. Still wonder how my story's going to end. I don't even know. Kind of like it. It's like living on the edge. What's next? What are they going to throw at me next? I'm ready for the battle, though. God prepared me. Prepared you, boy. That's why I sit here and smile, even if I'm confused about a lot of things that's going to be coming at me, that are thrown at me, even currently. I'm good. You can't kill this. You cannot kill what God has created. You cannot take from me that God has meant for me. What's meant for me is meant for me. We can smile and say the best. As you start growing, you got to cut people out your life. Don't let anybody pressure you to do things that you know that you are going to destroy you. People don't want to see you succeed. They're out there. They get mad at you and your success. They're out there. It's not their time yet. Their time will come, just like you had to be patient and wait for your time to come. But even in the midst of that, you don't have to be rude to people. You can respectfully tell them to back off. Again, what God put in your mailbox is in your mailbox. And it has your name on it, and it has your address on it. Please stop wasting your time going to your neighbor's box, checking their mail and see what they received. Everything in their mail ain't full of checks. A lot of it full of bills, foreclosures, notices. Quit worrying about what's in their mailbox. A lot of people see him put on the front. You think they live in the good life, and they're not. They're crying. They're miserable. And they'll put on the front. Don't be confused. Don't be mistaken. Your time is going to come. Just got to be patient, man. Gotta be patient. Y'all hear me? Be patient. Be patient. Be patient with life. Be patient with others. Be patient with your supporters. Be patient. And let everything else just flow accordingly. Okay? So as I told y'all, I didn't have a time limit on this show. I didn't have a cap on this show on how long I was going to keep going on. Didn't know how short it'd be. Didn't know how long it'd be. I just know somebody need to hear that message. And hopefully that message was received. I know I feel it. I know I understand it. Shout out to one of my favorite pastors out here. That's really out here talking about what God did, even in his sermons. My boy Pastor E, over there in Pratt City. One of the realest pastors I ever met. God did. Crazy part about it is, man, y'all get this mythical creation, how you think pastors are supposed to be. They're humans. One thing I can appreciate about Pastor E, man, that's a real dude. He'll tell you about Bible study. He'll tell you about the Bible. But he'll tell you about life too. He's a real man at the end of the day. And I can appreciate that. I don't need anybody trying to throw Bible verses at me all day long. I don't need to hear all that. Because I know you're a man. You're not God. No pastor out there is God. We all created in the likeness and the image of God. But there is no pastor out there that y'all should be worshiping and saying, that's my God. Not a God. I don't know, false prophets. The biggest whoremongers that you ever meet before in your life. Biggest drug users, biggest alcoholics, biggest womanizers, abusers, child molesters. Yeah. And they get in that pulpit. So you gotta be careful. That's why when I find these real pastors, I take a likeness to them. So I want to say to Pastor Chris Ursh, you're a real one. what I've seen thus far, you're a real one. There's some other ones out there I'm still watching, but they straddle that line a little bit too much. And kind of like I'm waiting on the real them to come out, and I don't get too close to them because I'm like, I don't want to be scared once the real you comes out. Just be genuine you. You know, you see an attractive looking woman, you're a man just like me. Sometimes you be like, damn, Jesus, yeah, it's natural. It's natural. If you did anything else other than that, I'm like, oh, he's faking it. He didn't do anything disrespectful. And I'm not saying any particular pastor in this instance. I'm just saying, just men. You know, we married. We can see a nice attractive lady, like, woo. But that's it. We let it be like that. Because all women and all men are not created equal. I'm happy with what I got. There's very few, if any, that can come even sideways and sitting next to what I got. All these women want to get these BBLs and they full of SHIT. I mean, so don't worry about trying to get the woman that got the nice and the biggest booty. Man, some of them are trash in the inside. Be careful who you pick and put around you and who you actually decide to carry your name. Gotta be careful with that, man. All right? You look into these physical attributes of a person. Man, look who's gonna be on your team that's gonna support you. Because when you down and out, you're gonna need somebody to be your biggest cheerleader, be your biggest fan, even when you see her down yourself. You down God, you down your friends, you down all these people. Man, you need a good helpmate. You need a real good helpmate. And for those that's around here talking about, I don't need no man, I don't need no way. The majority, I'm gonna call it like this, majority of it's young women say you don't need no man. It's the most idiotic thing I've ever heard in my life. God put us here for a reason, women and men. He put us here to help one another, to be each other's helpmate, to be our shoulder to cry on, to be our support system. He didn't put us on the world to just, on this earth, just be individuals, live an individualistic life. That's how we gotta create families, through that bond that's created between men and women. That bond. You go through things. It builds your marriage. Y'all that run away the first time somebody in your relationship did something wrong to you, gone. You sit there and talking about everything that he or she did, knowing that your closet is full of so many skeletons. Either nobody has discovered them yet, or people just hadn't taken the time to open up the door. So you gotta be careful how you sit here and want things greater than what you are within yourself. Some of us want things that we don't even deserve. You don't deserve greater. You don't deserve better. So that just kind of is what it is. But be careful. Don't let that physical image and that physical attributes confuse you on a real person that's inside that body. I don't care what kind of breast job you may have gotten done, butt reduction or butt suppression or waist, whatever. A lot of y'all are so confused. You think these Instagram models and all these people on social media are the best people, and they're influencers, and they're this and they're that. They're trash in the inside. They live in a horrible life, but you don't know it. They do a good job on masking it with all the makeup and all the surgeries. And just be you. Love you. Love God, who God created. Whether you're skinny, short, fat, whatever. Embrace it. Do the Lizzo approach. You gotta love yourself, baby. All right. I love every bit of 4 inches of myself. 5'4". Short, but I get the job done. That's the only thing that matters. Love you. Don't wish to be anything other than the likeness and the image of what God created you to be. People that hate our skin tone and our skin complexion, but yet they go after it, and they go in tanning salons and tanning beds, but they hate our race and they hate our culture. But yet they'll go in some tanning salon to go capture this beauty, this excellence of what God has created. And they love it. God did. I love it. Love me. You should love you. All right. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Be blessed. Pass information on to somebody else that may need to hear it and may need to see it. God did it for you. He did it for me. And he'll do it for all of us all over again. I'm going to close you out with this. God did. God did.